What's up, guys? Comrade Clutch here. So tomorrow's Veterans Day, and I thought since I've been on a little bit of a World of Tanks kick that this would be a great video to put out for Veterans Day. For those of you who maybe live under a rock or are unfamiliar with what Veterans Day is by some strange reason, really it's the day that we set aside to thank those who fought for us in various battles over the years, whether it be, early world wars or even of recent, in the Iraq wars and other types of engagements. So now that I'm going to get too technical on that, we put this day aside in order to celebrate for them. And honestly, I want to thank every veteran that's out there for putting their lives on the line while we sit here and enjoy the nice things that we have and that we work so hard for. So my thanks out to you guys. And that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into some gameplay here. But before I do, what I wanted to mention is, it's a good time to give back, right? And one of the easiest ways to do that is with a simple donation. You can go online and pretty much Google it. You'll be able to find a way to donate. Make sure you're doing it to a credible source if you do. If you're looking to do it more locally, most towns, cities, or at least some of the larger towns nearby will often have a place where you can drop a donation off in somebody's name or your name and really be able to pay it back. Additionally, you may notice the people standing outside of grocery stores collecting over the next day or so. So feel free to drop some money in and really do this to support your troops. They go through a lot so that you don't have to. So anyways, moving along from that, let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. So here we are. I'm in my Scorpion. I think it's called an M56 Scorpion, but I don't remember. I don't have it in front of me. Either way, this is one of my favorite little tanks. This has almost no armor on it. It has pretty good gun characteristics. I mean, it's basically all gun. If you look at it, it's like a little, platform with a gun on top of it. And that's basically all it is. So naturally, it literally has no armor. Every round that hits it basically penetrates and will potentially destroy your tank. And so we're going to take a look at this replay that I had just a few days ago and go through it. So if you look at the map set up here, and if you're not familiar with this, 15 tanks on each side. I've actually never posted a World of Tanks video yet, since I don't have many videos up yet. But it's 15 tanks versus 15 tanks on each side. Basically, if you look in the mini-map in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see we're starting at the top, they're at the bottom. And I've now moved into position, and I've got my eye set on that E25. Now, that's a slim profile tank, and I don't want to give my position away yet. So you saw me kind of eyeing him up. I decided, okay, I'm not going to take the shot. I'm going to move into camo position here, get myself in cover, and maybe I can get him. He looked like he was poking over. Maybe he's going to be an aggressive player, and I can capitalize on that. But then I see the Cromwell out of the corner of my eye, and I decide, the Cromwell's a lot larger of a target, and they usually are trying to get spots. I take a blind shot there. I don't really know if I've hit him or not. Not really sure. Usually in the new game, the way that they've set it up, a little thing will pop up and tell you if you've done damage, even if you don't see them anymore. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. So really what I'm doing here is I'm standing back. I'm a tank destroyer. I'm trying to support my team by popping shots as we're in this kind of gridlock on these hills. Now these hills are really important. Again, if you look real quick at that lower map, you'll see that one of the most important things is both the left flank on that map, the western flank, and the eastern flank that I'm on right now. So those two areas are where the primary battle are going to be. We're defending that flag at the top, and they're trying to attack and take that flag. So right now, we're just kind of in a little bit of a gridlock, and that's how it plays out, right? There's a gridlock on their side, there's a gridlock on our side, and really I'm just trying to defend when I get my eyes on him, and whoa! There's the critical hit, and that leopard is gone. So a nice little shot there. My average damage is about 240, so I rolled pretty high on that for about a 299 damage. So got that crit hit, and that was really nice. Now I see this guy is branching off. We're starting to push that hill, and I decide I'm going to reposition and try to get some shots on that Cromwell, and lo and behold, I get the kill. So now we're up 2 kills, but we're still down by 2, right? As you can see, we've lost 4 tanks in literally only a few minutes. So now we've got some game to make up. I'm looking at my mini-map while I'm pushing up this hill, and I'm thinking, we need to win this hill fast because we're about to lose the western flank. Our tanks pretty much over there are heavies, right? The T-29, the M4, E3, E2, that's a mouthful to say. Both of them are down, and now it's time for us to push. So I'm letting my teammates take the brunt of the work, and I'm going to come in and just try to help them out before anything goes south. Now, as you can see here, I've done maybe about, adding it up real quick, maybe about 560 damage, 570. I'm not really big on math. And I spot this guy going across, and I catch the leopard on the other side just as he goes invisible. And as you can see, he went invisible, but it still told me that I got the kill on him. So in that case, it worked. So my thinking is I didn't hit those guys when they were in cover before. But if there's one thing I've learned when playing a game like this, it's that you take every potential shot. 9 times out of 10, you will die with shells in your magazine that you didn't fire, and those are just opportunities wasted. So you'll see a lot of the pros always take shots even if they don't think they can hit. I've hit so many shots I didn't think I would ever hit. And now here I am. Now, since that flank is pushed, I'm getting myself into a position across the river at almost max distance. If you look at the circles around the outside, you'll see I'm trying to keep them at that max view range so that way it's harder for them to see me while I'm in cover. And unfortunately, they're riding the hill line in the back there, and I just can't seem to get a shot on that T-37, I think. T-29, that's what it is. So I just couldn't get that shot on that T-29. So I'm kind of playing a little bit of a waiting game here. We've lost that flank, and really they have to push up to that bridge. I know this, so I finally see the T-29. I take the shot. I set him on fire. He is done. What a shot to hit. You know, that T-29 is a big, big part of this game, and for me to take him down as a top-tier tank by setting him on fire, couldn't have asked for a better shot. That's basically the point at which this game starts to pivot, right? These guys stop pushing up because they don't have that defense. This M4 is pushing over on the side. He doesn't see me. He does not realize I'm here. My crew has not told me that I'm spotted, so I just keep throwing shells over there until I get that notification. Sixth Sense is not popping up and telling me that I'm spotted, so I will just keep launching shells. I've got plenty. I've got about another 30 total shells, 20 that are my normal ammo. So that AP ammo, we've got plenty. I get the tread, it locks him in place, he can't back up or angle his armor, and my teammate picks up the kill on that T-29. And then finally, the other guy backs up out of the way, thinking he's safe, and I get that kill. Now we're up, what is that, 6 kills? Oh, unbelievable. So, there's 3 tanks left in the game. My team is now in the lead by quite a bit. This game looks pretty wrapped up. Or is it? We'll see. So at this point now, I've done my due diligence. I've taken out tons of tanks, and we're at a point where I need my team to kind of start stepping it up a little bit. And I think that's actually 8 tanks that I've taken out, based on my math here. So I'm thinking that at this point, I'm going to sit tight and let these guys do their work. Oh no, it's actually 6. I'm sorry, I miscalculated. I forgot to look at the red section. So it is 6. I've got 6 under the belt right now. And I'm just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen if these guys are going to push when the Yag Panther shows up on my radar. So now I'm kind of just waiting for him to come around this corner. I'm like, come on. Come on, Yag Panther. Come on. And he's backing up. Okay. And I kind of want to tell my teammates to back off. I kind of want to be like, let this Yag Panther come out. And I kind of don't. I should have typed it, and I didn't. Because if he had come out, I would have been able to put a nice shot into his tracks, lock him down, and by not doing that, I'm telling them, don't take damage, don't take damage. They're not listening to me. I'm like, don't trade with the TD, guys. Don't do it. You guys are lighter tanks than them. And unfortunately, that T-150's accuracy will never take that Jag Panther down. It's just not happening. So unfortunately, we lose the T-150, who is kind of a big player. And oh my god, all of a sudden, we've lost another key player. We've lost the FV-201A45. Now, that was one of our bigger tanks, too. Now, this Yag Panther, they've traded quite a bit. He's pretty low, but honestly, that's not the trade I wanted. All of a sudden, we're in a 4-on-3. It's not ideal at this point, considering that they've still got some decent players over there. Those M4A3s can take some damage, and that Yag Panther, though he's low, can still launch out a few rounds. But it still looks like we've got this in the bag, as of right now. And then all of a sudden, I realize, oh my god, we've been flanked. Oh my god, the M4A3, and another guy's down. The Yag Panther gets the shot on the M4. So both our M4s have just bit the dust, and now it's a 2-on-3, 2 TDs. Me, I'm a light TD. I can take maybe 2 shots if I don't get ammo racked and get blown up. And the timer is counting down. We've got 2 minutes left. I've got to make moves because they can't cap that, and unfortunately the timer is higher than the remaining time in the match. There's only 1:50 in the match. They're gonna get it. So I'm trying to see him. I think he's on the right below the hill, And so you can see me looking for him. I'm like, where is this guy? I forget. Oh my god, he's in the building, and he totally startles me. So now I'm like, oh god, back up, get angles. And I realize that's not happening. So I decide, you know what? Forget it. Just lock down, trade one-on-one with him, and you'll get it. And then, my teammate does a great thing. He gets one shot in and puts him within a one-hit kill. I take the shot, 212 or 243 damage, and he's done. Or 212, sorry. I just realized that for some reason on my replay, the stats have stayed up the whole time. I did not even notice that before, so that's kind of wonky. Anyways, so 212 damage dealt out, and I get the kill on that. Now, I technically at this point don't need to fight these tanks. I just need to hang back, but what the heck? I'll take a look at it. So I go and I find the last one, and I take him down. Or the second to last one, and I take him down. Now we're going towards the last guy. I technically do not need to take this tank down. I could technically let the time run out, because all I have to do is block it, but you know what? I'm hungry. I want that kill. I want that 9th kill. And I want that damage for the XP, and I secure it, and here we are. 9 kills in the lightest tank out there. So as you can see, what's that worth to us? Well, it's worth a first-class medal in the tank, which is fantastic. I'm surprised that this effort did not yield me a mastery, which means that somebody else, or some other people, I should say, have been playing this tank a lot better than me. And that's when I look at my damage and I realized, oh my god, I took down 9 tanks and all I dealt out was 2,032 damage? That's unheard of. It's almost impossible to try to pull that off. But, of course, that happens. And so we get a slew of other medals. We get, the arsonist for knocking off the turret on a couple guys. We get a bruiser for all the tanks we've damaged. But most importantly, we get the Top Gun. And, of course, we get one of the more interesting ones, the Radley-Walters, which is for damaging, I believe it is 8 tanks, I think. I could be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll probably make an annotation on that. But either way, it's for taking down a ton of tanks. And this was really one hell of an interesting effort for this tank. You know, I know not a lot of people really like the M56 Scorpion. They tend to think that it's kind of a wimpy tank. A lot of people play it incorrectly. They end up getting blown up right from the beginning of the game. But, you know, we took it on a nice little journey there, and we were able to sink quite a lot of damage. And look at all the tanks on that list with red tank destroyed markers next to their name. Wow, that's a thing of beauty. I think anybody could tip their hat to that victory. So, anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and this was a fun match for me. By the end there, I was absolutely losing my mind thinking about this, and overall, I'd say that this is one of my favorite tanks to play because it is so underestimated for its potential. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching the vid. I'm probably going to post a link down below for you guys if you want to, if you decide, you know, hey, it's Veterans Day and I would like to place a donation. I'm going to put a link down below in my description so that way you guys can click that and make a donation for veterans of foreign wars. And of course, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to let me know. But again, this has been a pleasure. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next time.